If I go to jail, it's gonna be for something. It's gonna be for something. I don't play no police game.
I ain't really got no opinion on him because, my opinion can send me to prison.
Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak.
Charleston White just won't chill these days. This man has been running his mouth nonstop all year, calling out people left, right, and center. But the moment he mentioned Boosie and his son, things got way more serious, like life or death serious. Boosie didn't take that lightly at all. He straight up warned Charleston to keep his family's name out his mouth, or else. That's not just talk. That's a real threat coming from someone who doesn't play around. Now, the tension between Boosie and Charleston is boiling over. What started as just one slick comment from Charleston turned into a full-blown war of words. He's been catching threats left and right ever since. But honestly, maybe that's what Charleston wanted. He feeds off the chaos, and this time, it might have gone too far.
Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Look at them, y'all baby just rapper baby.
Let's rewind for a second and break down how this wild mess even started. Charleston been beefing with all kinds of rappers and celebs lately, especially the ones tied to Boosie Badazz and T.I. It all started when Charleston ran his mouth about their kids, saying some disrespectful things that crossed the line completely. That's when things turned ugly real fast. So if you've been wondering why Charleston went at them in the first place, here's the deal. Boosie and a few others had just spoken out about Kanye West after one of his wild controversies. And of course, Charleston just had to jump in and stir the pot even more. He saw an opening and he took it. When Kanye walked out of that Paris fashion show rocking a White Lives Matter sweatshirt, it lit the internet on fire. And Boosie, he completely lost it. He couldn't believe Kanye, someone with so much influence in the black community, would pull a stunt like that. Boosie jumped straight on Twitter and let his feelings fly with no filter. He tweeted, "You just can't keep using your platform on your own race like this. This sad, and the black people who support you are even sadder." Last time speaking on this, Kanye West doesn't like black people. "Do us a favor and bleach your skin all white. Thanks." Then he hit him again with another one that had folks talking. "After all we've been through as a race, you put this disrespectful mess on you. You give no care about how blacks have died and suffered at the hands of the white man. You said Bush don't like black people." That right there showed how deep Boosie's anger ran. He felt betrayed, like Kanye had completely turned his back on his people. And just like that, all the respect Boosie once had for Ye vanished. But here's where things took a wild turn. Charleston White stepped in to defend Kanye. Yep, Charleston sided with Ye and threw shade at Boosie instead. According to Charleston, Boosie had no right to talk about anyone damaging the black community. In his eyes, Boosie had done more harm to his own people than Kanye ever could. Charleston even claimed that Boosie completely missed the message Kanye was trying to share. He said Ye wasn't pushing hate. He was trying to say that all lives matter, both white and black. In one of his recent interviews, Charleston didn't hold back either. He spoke loud and clear in Ye's defense, making sure everyone heard him.
He said he'll slap Kanye West. That's where he was wrong at, homie.
Yeah.
Why slap him for what, nigga? When you had a 15-year-old hitman, nigga, that murdered black people. The little kid got life without parole. Why would he slap Kanye West, a man with biracial white children, embracing the concept and the notion that black and white lives matter?
A lot of people actually ride for Charleston White and his so-called mission to fix the community and change the world. Believe it or not, some folks think he's 100% right with everything he's been saying. They're like, "We gotta clean up our own house before we start talking about racism." One fan even said, "I'm with Charleston. He got these rappers in a chokehold." They believe the rappers themselves helped tear down the same neighborhoods they came from. But of course, Charleston didn't stop there. He never does. He went straight at Boosie again and even dragged Boosie's son Tootie Raw into the mix. Then he took aim at T.Y.'s son, King Harris. Charleston called them both spoiled little rich kids who act like they're from the streets when they're not. He said, "They trying too hard to be their daddies, and that's gonna land them either locked up or strung out." That's wild to say about anyone's kids, especially in public. According to Charleston, both of them are chasing after an image instead of realizing that their fathers weren't even perfect role models growing up. Naturally, those words hit a nerve. Boosie and T.I. didn't take that lightly, and neither did their sons. Both Tootie Raw and King Harris clapped back hard, and King was the first to fire shots online.
Charleston White, you was a bitch, boy. Man, we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling. I can see you had a soft upbringing.
King went off, saying Charleston doesn't know what he's talking about and calling him a snitch. That's right. King said Charleston's known for running to the cops whenever he feels threatened. And guess what? He wasn't lying about that either. Charleston actually reported King to the Atlanta Police Department, claiming that King threatened him. He even sent them the video as proof of the threat. This whole situation just kept getting messier and louder by the day. But Charleston didn't just run to the cops. He decided to handle things his own way. After King Harris said he was gonna come for him, Charleston clapped back with some serious heat.
T.I., listen, if your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker. I shoot him right in his goddamn throat. Look, I wish an 18, 19-year-old nigga would jump on me. Boy, I Trayvon Martin, that little motherfucker. I swear to God.
He warned King that if he ever pulled up on him, it would be the last mistake he'd ever make. That wasn't just tough talk. It sounded like a straight-up threat. By now, Charleston's name was everywhere, on blogs, trending on social media, and being dragged all across the internet. Folks were calling him everything from a bad parent to a professional instigator. Meanwhile, T.I. was catching heat too for not speaking up sooner about the threats toward his son. But once T.I. stepped in, he didn't hold back one bit.
If I go to jail, it's gonna be for something. It's gonna be for something. I don't play no police game, man. Just know as you move around, man, life is real, bruh. This shit ain't no motherfucking joke. This shit ain't no motherfucking game. Just don't play with me and don't play with mine. Leave my motherfucking children out your motherfucking face, boy.
If anyone thought T.I. was gonna stay quiet, they were dead wrong. He came straight for Charleston, telling him he better back that fight up while he still can. Because if it keeps going, it's gonna get ugly real fast. And these weren't just empty words either. I made it clear that he's got people who would ride for him, saying he's even ready to do the time himself if it comes to that. That's how deep it runs when family's involved. And let's not forget, Boosie's son was caught up in all this too, which meant Boosie was right there standing with T.I. Just days later, Boosie dropped his final warning to Charleston during an interview, and he didn't mince words. Boosie said straight up, "Charleston White is as good as gone for me."
I ain't really got no opinion on him because, my opinion can send me to prison. So I ain't really, I ain't really got no opinion. Once you go to threaten people's kids, talking about you, I ain't the one gonna do all that. Certain people, you can't really express opinions on, and
it's obvious now that Charleston's been playing a dangerous game from the start. Boosie and T.I. believe he's been stirring the pot on purpose, hoping they'd react in a way that lands them behind bars. But these two seem smarter than that. They've got other plans, and Charleston might just be walking into his own trap. T.I. and Boosie both been through the system before. They know how it goes. That's exactly why they're keeping quiet this time, moving smart and refusing to give Charleston what he's really after. Attention. He's not getting that win from these two. No way. Fans even noticed how smooth Boosie handled things in his last interview. Like a true vet, he kept his cool, stayed sharp, and didn't give Charleston a single word he could twist or use against him. That's real OG strategy right there. Boosie even gave his son some solid advice that hit deep. Don't say nothing he can use against you. And honestly, that's the best move they could have made. Ain't no point in risking your freedom or your life over a loudmouth on the internet. Because at this point, Charleston's made himself some serious enemies by calling out King Harris and Tootie Raw. Even if those young dudes are still figuring life out, their fathers are still in the picture, and they're not the type of men you want to test just for clout. Hopefully, everybody involved cools off before something bad happens, because we all know how quickly things can spiral when pride and ego get involved. So what do you think about Charleston White diving this deep into T.I. and Boosie's business? Should he fall back before it goes too far? Or is he right to keep calling them out for what he says they've done? Drop your thoughts down below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.